Hello and welcome. This is Ralph Ann Forrest, a confidence coach, and I'm helping women to show up in their business with a brand image that radiates from the inside out. But today, you're joining me for the 15 minutes of fame with the wonderful Mia Robertson Patterson, and you're going to hear how this amazing woman, and yes, I've known her for all of 20 years, so we are old friends, and we're going to hear how she was able to become the female entrepreneur that she is today. So, if you will welcome Mia. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. It's exciting. So, I lost you for a minute, then I had to bring you back, and then I had to drink a little bit more wine. But anyway,
It's all
so
good. It's
you
all
got
good.
your wine.
I
Some left.
drank it. It's gone.
It's all right. And so, look, and welcome to the life of a female entrepreneur. We finished wine. So I have briefly introduced you, but if you would please introduce yourself and where you are.
All right. Yes. My name is Mia. Also known as Mimi Von Lace, which I'm glad we'll get to talk about that and how that came about.
Yes.
Um, I am in Goodyear, Arizona at the time.
Cool. Yes. And you were here on the East, well, you're on the West Coast, then you came to the East Coast, and then you're
Yep.
back in like the West Coast.
Yep.
So, any plans? I don't want to ruin it for you, but any plans on y'all coming back to the East Coast ever
um,
to
I'm
live?
not sure. I've always wanted to buy a house in Virginia or, North Carolina or something like that. I kind of see myself either, being old on a big old porch in a rocking chair, using my little what's left of my hands to make stuff
That's so
or
funny. I,
or
I can see that.
by a beach. So it's like I think Virginia kind of has both. You know
Oh,
what I mean? That
yep.
country feel and the beach too. So
Yeah,
it's probably
true.
so.
Yeah, you could be on your beach house on the porch making all the things.
Right?
So that's cool. So tell everybody else. I feel like I know a little bit about your business. All the so multifaceted. Like I thought that I had all the things. Leah has all the things. You have all the things. So if you would just kind of, take us into a little bit of, the different. I know there's so many layers,
I know
but
so many
break
like
break down the layer. Trust me, I know you. Trust me, I know jack of all trades. I feel you. But
right.
yes,
Well, started off as a makeup artist. Started off, first of all, as an assistant to the lovely Ralph Ann.
oh, thank you.
Apprentice, assistant, like learned from the best. So I started off
Mhm.
there. Beginning in life, wanting to be a makeup artist and, wanting to do all of the things with makeup artistry. And so I started off doing makeup. I still do makeup as um, but yeah, started off doing that. And then I got married pretty young. And so I ended up being at home and not able to kind of travel as much as I wanted to. So I started making things like, just little cute things for my kids, bows and little hats and, all types of stuff just so that they could look cute.
Mhm.
Um, and still at the same time doing makeup, like I would do weddings and stuff. And just really enjoyed doing that. And then once my kids got older, I stopped doing that. I actually ended up making that a business when they were little. I would make all kinds of little fascinators and hats for birthday parties and drag queens and you
Yeah.
name it. And so I ended up, when the kids got older and they all were in schools, I went back into makeup artistry, and that's when I really started kind of creating a name for myself in the industry. Um, During the time when I was making like the accessories for little kids, I had started plus size pinup modeling.
Mhm.
And you have to have a name. Like you have to have a name when you're doing that. And so one of my favorite burlesque artists was Dita Von Teese.
Mhm.
And so I was at a photo shoot one time and I was with the photographer, all dressed up in pinup. And he was like, we've got to come up with a name for you. And so he's like, what's your name? And so I tell him, my name's Mia Bonita. He's like, that's cute, but no, that's not enough. He's like, you need something. He's like, who's your favorite, like pinup model or burlesque or whatever? And so I told him Dita Von Teese. So we sit there and he's like, Mia, Mimi. And I had on this really pretty, like, lace fitted dress. And so he's just playing with names. And finally he says, Mimi Von Lace. And I was
Nice.
like, that's it. That's it. That's the name.
That's so nice. So you kind of walked into your name, or
Yeah.
you just kind of strolled into the name.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember where Mia starts and Mimi stops, to be honest,
Right.
because they've kind of just over. That's why even like before the broadcast, I was like, wait, what do I put? So I
Yeah.
was like, should I put Mia, like parentheses, Mimi, or which is so funny. That's what my grandson calls me, is Mimi, which is
Oh,
so
that's cute. A
cute.
lot of people tell me that. That's what my grandson calls me,
Yeah, my
Mimi.
grandson calls me Mimi. And I feel like, I don't know, I've heard Beyonce and different people say this. Like literally, it's almost like there's two like worlds or personalities that just kind of become one. And then
Yeah.
sometimes you're able to be one and not the other, and vice versa. I so I'm very intrigued. And it's kind of cool because even though I've known you all these years, I literally have seen, and I think it takes almost someone that has seen you from the beginning of your career to really appreciate like all the different facets and all the layers. And I didn't wear my jewelry tonight, but I have ordered, like, one of my favorite pieces off your Ipsy store. So
Oh,
yes, so more about that, because I'm into crystals and all the things. And I mean,
okay.
all the things. I mean, just that and so many things.
I
And I've
know. It's
seen.
so long, like 15 minutes doesn't.
I know
I'm
it's
trying
like
to
15-minute increments, but the Ipsy, I always get it mixed up. It's Etsy
Etsy.
store.
Yeah.
Etsy store. Ipsy is the bag that they send that I cannot cancel that subscription for nothing. But I tried to cancel it and they don't let me.
Oh no.
It bounces back. I'm like, I want
I
to
want
quit. I
out.
want to quit. I want to quit the subscription. I want to quit Ipsy. Um,
So
but yes, more about your Etsy store, because that I
Etsy.
feel is where. Do you feel like that's where your most of your energy is, or are you still kind of?
Yeah. Honestly, right now I feel like most of my energy, I still run my Mimi Von Lace business, which,
Mhm,
my name is Mia, but my makeup artistry and photography business is Mimi Von Lace Beauty.
mhm,
So the me modeling turned into me, being the photographer and the makeup artist
right.
for models. And so I ended up using that name for that. And then Namaste Gangsta. So Namaste Gangsta is the name of my
Right.
brand on Etsy. Um, and how that came about, it a few years ago, the name just came to me, but the business started a few years ago. A few people in my family were struggling and going through chemotherapy for cancer. And so, what I decided, I had met a girl who was really into essential oils, um, and she introduced me to essential oils and how they can heal the body in different ways. You
Mhm,
can use to cook with them and do all these different things. And so, I was intrigued. So, I started with that business, which was called doTERRA. I
mhm.
started with that business and I really started for myself so that I could get a bulk. Like, how you sign up for Mary Kay just so you can get the kit?
Oh yeah, the kit, the kit,
The kit.
the kit. Yes, I
So,
feel the kit. All the kits. I have all the kits.
all
I
the
have all the
kits.
kits. Yeah, paparazzi kit.
All of them. So, so that's kind of what I did with that. I wanted the kit because I wanted to try all the essential oils. So I did that. And then what I started doing is making up my own essential oil blends for myself, my family, for pain in their body, for
Mhm.
headaches, but I wanted to go more a natural route. So I started making blends and I started making little samples and taking them with me to work. And at this time, I was working for Tarte Cosmetics. And so I would work in Ulta's and Sephora's. So I would see all kinds of people. So whenever someone said they had a headache, I had a blend for that. Or whenever
Um,
someone was just like, oh, that customer just got on my nerves, I had a blend for that. Like, that I had made up and made these little names. So I had the most popular one was called Let That Shit Go.
I have that.
Yes.
You sent me a sample of it. Yes, I love it.
That was the most popular one. Everybody loved it because it was a creation that, meditating, I came up with this creation, which I'm sure it's been made a million times, but for me, it was life changing. So if you get a burn, you can put it on the burn, it'll heal the burn, it'll heal a cut,
Yeah.
it'll heal a pimple. If you're having a crazy day and you're stressed out, you can sniff it, it'll make you feel calm, it'll make you help you to let that shit go, right? So that became really popular. And so I was just doing that at first. And then my mom passed away. And so when that happened, I began to seek within. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This was not expected.
No, you you're with your I think that we have always been kindred spirits, and so we're so connected. We're so connected that I was prepared with my wine. I have my tissue right here,
Yes.
all the things. But anyway, no,
Anyway.
and that is only because she joins us in spirit, which I love. I
Yes.
truly love that. So no
Okay.
need to apologize. This is real women, real shit,
Real shit, right? Real shit.
real shit.
So, all right. So, I was going through what I was going through, and I was just trying to find a way to, like, I guess, connect with my mom, my grandmothers. Both of them had. So what? My aunt passed, my grandfather passed, and then both of my grandmothers, and then my mom, back to back. So it was just like a lot for me to handle at the time. And so I was trying to find something that would just kind of keep my mind and my hands busy. COVID had ended up happening, and so I got let go from Tart, and so I had to find something to do. So I was trying to focus on my Namaste Gangsta business because being a makeup artist during that time with COVID, like, we weren't doing makeup. We weren't, no one's booking, people are canceling weddings. Like, it became this fiasco. So
Shit
I
show.
ended up, yeah, right. So I ended up focusing more on Namaste Gangsta, coming up with a name for it. And the name has a meaning. So I always tell people you can call it Namaste Gangsta, or you can call it I'ma stay gangsta,
Mhm.
or you can call it Namaste Gangsta. I tell
Right.
people.
Which I love.
So during that time when I was starting to create again with my hands, because it had been so many years. So during that time, I started creating again with my hands. I was also meditating. I was studying different types of, I study different religions regularly just to kind of pull from different things and kind of get a grasp on what other people believe in. And
Right.
so I found solace and, like, peace within Buddhism,
Hmm.
still Christian and everything like that, but just found pieces of that to be so healing and so important in my life.
Hmm.
And so that's where the play on Namaste came from.
Nice.
And then the gangsta is just, you got to keep it
Of
gangsta,
course. Of course.
So
Yes, real, real talk, real shit. I try, because this goes on Facebook. Like, sometimes it goes on Facebook and the YouTube channel. So
yeah.
YouTube, we're like golden, and then Facebook, I was told like a year ago, like, okay, they're gonna start like looking for like cutting out profanity and stuff, and I'm like, what? That's like my whole video archive. I was like, please
You're like,
don't
no.
eliminate all my. That's like all my videos, because it's this is real. When it's real talk, you gotta, when stuff is a shit show, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress. But um, it's all. But I love that piece, and I could kind of feel like, just watching your posts and different things, and then actually going on your store and seeing all the things. I was like, I feel like this might be where Mia's kind of vibing right now. Like, I get
Yeah.
a whole vibe from it, and I don't know. For me, it feels like, I said, I think that we've always been very connected. And when I go and just look at your stuff, sometimes I just go there and look. It's like, you don't need to spend any money. You don't need to spend any more money. But sometimes I just go because I feel like, you've always just been such a big part of your work. Like, you are your work,
Mhm.
and they've always kind of intertwined, even when you were just starting out doing makeup. I feel like you always just connected with whatever it is you were doing. And, I love that. So obviously, we know what kind of hurdles and obstacles you've
Yeah.
had to overcome that,
Yeah.
um, obviously. And, still though, you still got that vibe and just all that energy. And
Yeah.
I mean, what are you looking forward to the most, like going forward? I mean, I know how it is for those of us that do all the things, but
Yeah.
like a year from now, if we were to have, and one of my coaches, she says, Amy Muborn actually asked you the question. So a year from now, if we were sitting here having this conversation, what would you tell me was your most amazing year? Like what would that look like a year from now if you could share it with us?
What would my most amazing year look like?
Yes, if we were to talk 1 year from today and I'm like, so it's been a year, what happened? And like what does that look like? That would be like your best year ever. Not anything you think could happen,
Yeah.
but if anything could happen, what
If
would that look
anything could
like
happen.
for you?
You know what? Like, I've never thought of myself as a designer before. Even when I was designing hats and fascinators and designing jewelry, accessories, things like that. But I don't know. Now I feel like, I have all of these titles, but I don't have designer. And I would love to be a designer, and a designer, not necessarily even the person making the things anymore, but designing them for, I walked past the Swarovski crystal store, and I was looking at the crystals. I started wrapping Swarovski crystals on my frames because I was inspired by them. And I was like, wouldn't it be so dope if I could collab with them and design
Nice.
frames with Swarovski? Like,
Nice.
that would be amazing.
That would be a cool conversation. That would be
Yeah.
a cool conversation. So I look forward to it. I'm going to add your information to the show notes, but if you would definitely like to just tell everybody, your links, your Etsy store, all the links, all the Instagram, all the things, all the things.
Yes.
We have time. We have time.
Yes. So I'm on Instagram as Namaste, and it's stay with the STAY, not STE.
Mhm.
So it's Namaste underscore gangsta on Instagram. We're on TikTok, and that's, I would say, is where I get the most love at, is on TikTok.
Wow,
Um,
nice.
it's been crazy. TikTok has gotten me so many sales. If you're not on TikTok, I don't know what you're doing. That's all I'm gonna say. And that,
I'm taking a class. Actually, I'm taking a class tomorrow.
do that, because TikTok is for promoting, like for like no one even watches commercials anymore. They watch TikTok. Like, it's all about
Wow.
TikTok. I work in the beauty industry on the sales side. And people literally come in and they're like, I saw this on TikTok, where is it? And will buy, it'll get sold out. Products will be sold out just because they saw
Wow.
someone, an influencer, say something about it. So TikTok is where it's at.
Cool. See right there. That was like that's worth its weight in gold because a lot of people at a certain age, old head here, um, fabulous 50 next year, but my 16-year-old keeps telling me that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need, and I believe her. It's not that I don't believe it. I just need to know the process because I like to
Yeah.
process things. I'm never
Yeah.
gonna jump in. I need to know the process. So I think that's amazing. I think entrepreneurs right there, y'all
Yeah.
just got like gold right
Yeah.
there. Confirmed.
TikTok, I'm telling you. But yeah, on TikTok, I'm Mimi Van Lace. On TikTok, but you can hashtag Namaste Gangsta, and there's a couple, I think maybe if not a million people that have hashtagged it. Like, it's changed my life. Like,
Wow.
it I wish I would have did it for my makeup, because,
I
like,
know. I know.
girl, my frames are famous on TikTok. I'm like, I should have known this a long time ago.
It's okay. Circle back. Circle back.
Yeah.
Circle back. I
So
love that.
for sure. And then yeah, really IG and TikTok. Facebook, it, it is what it is now. I feel
Right.
like it's becoming something different. So I do have a Facebook page. It's Namaste Gangsta as well. And then I also have Mimi Von Lace Beauty.
Hmm.
That's up there too. So, and then also for Instagram, I have Mimi Von Lace Beauty. I see how I'm like forgetting all about the makeup.
You know what? Honestly, it happens because obviously 2 years ago, my life was very different. And that's why I had to transition to the online world. However,
Yeah.
I was deep down, I think I was looking for an exit strategy, to be
Yeah.
honest. And when COVID happened, like you said, the shit show happened and the events were done. My facial clients most of them are retired, taking care of their elderly, parents and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was closed. Like in Virginia, we shut down mandated for 6 months, and it
Mhm.
just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I had time to think about it, do a little research, you regroup, and like I said, if it's ever meant for me to circle back. But this has been great. I've been able to connect with people that I haven't seen so long because y'all know I love me some Mia.
Mhm.
I know. I know. I'm like a proud mama moment. Like every
No,
time I see something, I'm a proud mama.
I
But
love.
and that's what entrepreneurship is in a nutshell. I'm like, you know what? It's 9/11, which is where I had the first fiasco
Yeah.
in my career. And then it's COVID.
Yeah.
And so things though that make you stop in your tracks, regroup, and if it's meant to circle back, you circle
Then it
back. But
will.
it's
Yeah. Or you do something different with it.
different.
Like
Yep.
something totally different with it. Like and it's funny because I thought that my first line of products would be skincare or makeup, and I
Yep.
talked about it so much. Like, oh, I'm gonna have this eyeshadow palette and all this other stuff. And then when it came down to it, it was like, eh, you know, like when it came down to the option of like, all right, you got to regroup and figure out what you're going to do. Are you going to, make this and create this? And I fell back in love with accessories and I love them. And I cannot wait to drop the summer collection of fascinators because I'm going back to my pinup and
Nice.
I am so excited to share all the new things.
It's amazing how things still circle back and what comes through. Cause same, skincare and makeup was like
Yeah.
everything. But to be very honest, my first love was to be Oprah Winfrey when I was little.
I know that's right. I know that's
That
right.
that was my first love. And then when people
I love
started
that.
saying, "Oh my God, you look like Oprah. You remind me of Oprah." So in my 20s, I was like, she's, because she's like 20 years older than me. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't look like no Oprah. And then
Right?
when I got older, I started to embrace it. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was her making the 8 digits, but
Right?
literally it's come full circle. And now it is what it is. I mean, I love that I know how to do my makeup for the video.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Priceless.
that part. That's the
Priceless.
part.
I don't have to hire a makeup artist unless I
Ever.
want to.
Right?
I can do pictures, I can do video, I can do all the things that we learned how to do, but it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be the thing that you thought it was going to be. It's
Exactly.
bigger. It's
And it
bigger than that.
yeah, and it gets like you get confused sometimes during that process and start thinking like what the crap am I doing with my life? Like, you know what I mean? You start thinking like am I crazy? Like I used to
Yep.
think like I'm just here and there. Oh, and I used to be like, "Oh, I'm an Aquarius." This is what we do. We're air. We just go and float around. But then I realized no, God gave me multiple gifts. And
Hmm.
who am I to not share them? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I have so many gifts and I want to share them all. Like I don't know, I might fly a plane in a couple of months. I might learn how to fly a
You
plane.
never know. You never know. I always say, if we're open minded and if we're open to things, and that's where I am right now. I'm all about the law of allowing. I'm very law of attraction, but I'm very law of allowing. And I just go with the flow. I don't fight it because if you're praying and meditating on signs and confirmations, you have to allow it to happen. So that's where I'm
Yeah.
at. When I thought I'll say, I'll go back to doing the 15 minutes of fame, this was something I started doing during COVID when we were
Mm,
locked down. I'm like, well, I don't have anything else I can do. I can reach out to people. And again, and I thought, maybe I'll try that again. Even though we're
yeah.
open, I kind of had fun with that. And I just allowed it. I'm like, I don't understand what this means. I don't understand why I want to do this, but I'm being led to do it.
Yeah.
So just do it. Just show up. So I'm
That's
happy.
awesome. I'm glad
And
you did. I'm glad you're doing this. I can see it. You just said, when you said Oprah, I heard yes. I heard yes. My mama said yes.
She's so
Yes.
funny. Yes. Well, thank you for that.
Mhm.
Thank you to my Sherry Berry.
Mhm.
I know that's like a whole
I
nother
know.
episode.
I need 4 more 15 minutes.
That's why I said we're going to circle back for sure. But we will circle back. But thank you everybody for joining, and hope you found some golden nuggets here. Like I said, Mia, I'm going to have her information in the show notes. So definitely, click and get connected, y'all. Get your cute accessories. All right. Well, here's to you becoming the best version of you. Thank you.
Thank you.